Okay, before we get started, let me say this. These are not the main things to do to be attractive to the opposite sex. But these are easy, simple things you can do in addition to those main things that just might make you a little more attractive. Hey, this is Todd. Welcome to the Thrive Singles Podcast. Whether you're single again or still single, stop hating being single and learn to thrive. And welcome back to another episode of the Thrive Singles Podcast. I am so glad you're here with me today. And being this is a weekly podcast, many of you might have noticed that there was no new episode last week. Sorry about that. Life just got a little busy, got a little complicated. But this week I'm back, on track, on schedule, and ready to talk about a few odd but scientifically studied ways you can be more attractive. And honestly, I've covered way more important ways to be attractive in previous episodes. If you missed those, go back and listen to them. In those episodes, I talked about things like exercising, dressing better, eating better, being more confident, treating people well, living out your beliefs. Those are things that have a much greater effect on your sex appeal than what I'm talking about today. But that being said, here are a few other things you might not have thought about that can make a difference in the way people perceive you. And most of these aren't difficult or expensive to pull off. Things like wearing red. Scientists have actually studied how color affects people's perception of the opposite sex. And while at least one study failed to replicate the findings, strong evidence implies that people perceive people wearing red as more attractive. And this went both ways. Women judged men more attractive when men wore red, and men judged women more attractive when the women wore red. And if you think about it, it makes sense. I mean, red doesn't just blend in. It's bold, it's confident. Red's the color of choice for sports cars, Valentines, and roses given with romantic intent. And everyone wants to be perceived as red-blooded and red-hot. Will this hold up to more scientific scrutiny? Who knows? But is there any downside to wearing your favorite red shirt or red tie or red shoes or that little red dress, as the case may be? If nothing else, you might feel more sexy and attractive wearing it, and that extra confidence will definitely make you more attractive. Here's something else that gets overlooked a lot. Spelling and grammar. When emailing, texting, or otherwise private messaging, know the difference between THERE, THEIR, and THEY''RE. Know the difference between R and R, your and your, two and two. And when speaking on the phone or in person, conjugate your verbs. And while you're at it, don't end every sentence with, you know. So don't begin every sentence with so, you know. But going back to texting and private messaging, it's 2018. You're probably not using a flip phone with just tiny numeric keys. And you're not sending a telegram where you're charged by the character. So why are you still texting like that? Why are you still using the letter Y instead of typing the word Y, or the letter U instead of typing out the word U? Texts like that don't impress the opposite sex. And text like this doesn't either. See what I did there? It gives the impression that you're ignorant or just lazy. In this modern age of phones with QWERTY keyboards, text-to-speech functionality, and spell checking, there's just no excuse for cryptic emails or text messages. In fact, even the one place it used to make sense, on Twitter, it doesn't make sense anymore. As of late 2017, Twitter doubled its character limit, so there's really not much reason to tweet like that either. And I thought this might have just been a pet peeve of mine, but the research backs it up. People view people who use proper grammar and who spell correctly as smarter, more educated, more powerful, and in general, more attractive. And this is especially true for online dating sites. Because there, all people have to go on is your profile. So if you have bad grammar and misspelled words in your profile, don't be shocked if it generates little or no interest. Okay, scientists also studied this. Studies show that people are more attractive when they're walking their dog. Now, I'm not saying you should run out and buy a dog if you ever want to get married. But if you do have a dog, by all means, take him or her with you out for a walk, a jog, or a trip to the park. And get this, people are also more likely to talk to and less likely to be intimidated by attractive people if there's a dog involved. If the attractive person you want to work up the courage to talk to has a dog, you're more likely to work up the courage to talk to them. Or if you have a dog with you when you meet that attractive person, you're more likely to work up the nerve to talk to them. One word of caution, though. Don't let the presence of a dog fool you into ignoring warning signs, because players know the power of having a dog with them too, and they use it to their advantage. So be careful out there. Okay, science says, if you want to look more attractive, hang out with your friends. Post pictures of you and your friends on Facebook, on your Instagram profile, on your dating profile. People see you as more attractive when you're with your friends. And scientists aren't sure. They theorize that's due to people seeing faces in the group as an average of the group. It could also be that if you have a group of friends around you, people judge you to be successful enough, smart enough, likable enough, attractive enough to have friends. Personally, I think it could also be because when you're with your friends, you're more confident, you're more open, you smile more. And confidence, openness, and smiling are all very attractive. In any case, whatever the actual reason, the science does seem to say that it works. You are perceived as more attractive when you're among your friends. Another way to be more attractive is to de-stress. Looking tired, having bags under your eyes, or worried and stressed expressions on your face, that's just not a good look. Besides that, I think people can actually sense your stress and anxiety, and it makes them feel stressed too. So if you want to be more attractive to the opposite sex, learn to de-stress. And as a bonus, de-stressing also improves your health, and good health is attractive. Most of the tips I talked about today were inspired by scientific research. And of course, the problem with studies, though, is that they're often contradicted by new studies or by your experience in real life. But as far as these things are concerned, I mean, there really are no downsides to trying them. Worst case scenario, you wear your red whatever and no one notices you. Or you learn to speak and write better. You get more exercise out walking your dog. You hang out with your friends more. You get healthier for managing stress better. All good things. So, till next time, wear something red. Use your spell checker. Your spell checker. Talk right. Learn to speak better. Take Daisy or Duke or Fido out to the park. Go hang out with a few friends. Learn to manage your stress. And as always, till next time, thrive on. I hope you enjoyed this week's podcast. See you next week. Till then, be sure to subscribe and go check out my extensive archive of past posts at thrivesingles.com. And thrive on. Whoa, thrive. Yeah, come alive. There's more to life. You gotta grow. You gotta thrive. Whoa, whoa, you gotta thrive. There's more to life than to just survive.